Welcome back, friends. It's Anders. Today we are making the Sherry Cobbler, not to be confused with a cherry cobbler, which is a tasty dessert. This is not that. It is a tasty drink. Classic, refreshing. We haven't done it on the channel yet, and I knew it was time because I looked in my fridge and I still had some sherry left over from when we made the sangria. This is one of my favorites, and it is so simple to make. I make it a little bit differently, as I think everybody should. There's a lot of room to do your own thing with this one. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more sips, tips, and recipes, and let's go make the Sherry Cobbler. To the bar. The life and adventures of Martin Chuzzlewit. Chuzzlewit. Any Chuzzlewits out there? Yeah, just looking over my notes here because we do have a touch of history. Bear with me, we'll get to the cocktail in a brief moment. The Sherry Cobbler. This drink dates back to the 1800s, actually like 1830s, 1840s, a long time ago. And at that time, during the mid 1800s, the Sherry Cobbler was the it drink. It was popular in America and soon abroad. This was the quintessential American beverage. Yeah. I'm gonna say that. First detailed print of this drink, well, I don't know who initially found it, but it was dug up by David Wondrich, the drink historian. It was a diary entry, I believe, from somebody named Catherine Jane Ellis, who was Canadian, who traveled to the United States and fell in love with this drink called the Sherry Cobbler. That is the oldest that we find in print. However, after that, it started popping up in literature all over the place and really became popular in Charles Dickens' The Life and Adventures of Martin Chuzzlewit. The popularity spread. Now this drink is a very simple build. Sherry and sugar are the main ingredients, and it calls for seasonal fruit as a garnish. And there is room for other interpretations. So from this, other cobblers have sprung, but the granddaddy here is the Sherry Cobbler. So, I can't wait to show you my rendition, so let's get right to it. Now the booze. We ready? Let's do it. Sip of coffee. This episode was brought to you by Bartender's Blend. Link in the description down below. All right, for this recipe, we will need sherry, orange Curaçao, an orange, and raspberries. The raspberries are just for garnish. In fact, I'm also going to add a sprig of mint, so if you have some mint, grab that. The sherry I'm using is Oloroso because that's what I have handy. It's not a very sweet sherry, but it's not bone dry either. Really, just about any of the drier sherries are gonna work beautiful in this. Amontillado is typically my go-to with this one, but Oloroso is great. Even Manzanilla Fino sherries. You may have to adjust the sugar depending on that, but that's part of the fun. The Curaçao is not called for in a traditional sherry cobbler, but this is our sugar component. I like the added depth of rich orange that you get. That's why I chose a Curaçao as opposed to a triple sec. It's just a richer, deeper flavor. But then we do have fresh orange to give some of the freshness from the oils from the skin and then the juice of the orange itself. And like I said, raspberries are garnish. Pretty straightforward, pretty straightforward. All right, let's build. We are gonna shake this drink and we are gonna start by cutting a wheel from the orange that we have here, and we are going to cut it into quarters. So first things first, cut a wheel of orange. Now quarter that wheel of orange. There we go. Now put the quartered wheel into your shaking tin. If you want, you can give them a little squeeze to get the juice out. Not necessary because we are gonna shake this up with ice and that's gonna break up the orange as well and get some of the oils out of the skin, but I like to give it a squeeze just to make sure we get it nice and juicy. Now let's add the sherry. 3 ounces of our Oloroso sherry or Amontillado, whatever. If you have a little extra sherry, pour yourself some. Okay, back to the cocktail. We can add 1 ounce of Curaçao and now add ice and shake. And before we add the ice, think about what glass you want to serve this in. Get it chilled. That's really nice. You want this nice and cold. We're gonna shake this cocktail up to break up that orange, add a little bit of air, and then we're gonna pour it over crushed ice. We don't wanna overly dilute it. 5 to 10 seconds of shaking should be enough. Now we can grab our chilled glass and our crushed ice. The crushed ice is very important. This drink was initially served on crushed ice because ice was a big deal. In the early 1800s, ice harvesting became very popular. Ice in general was becoming more and more accessible. We're just gonna fill this up about 3/4 of the way. We're gonna double strain this over the ice to catch all the bits of orange. It's gonna work its way into the crushed ice. We are going to need a straw. In fact, the Sherry Cobbler is the drink that popularized the straw because dentistry was not as good as it is today. People had bad teeth and the cold from the ice hurt the teeth, so they would drink it from the straw. And this was a new thing. Everybody loved it. So put your straw in, You may have to give it a stir if some of that ice froze to the glass, and then we can garnish with our raspberries. In fact, any seasonal fruit will be good. And then I'm also gonna grab some mint, give it a smack. This will be nice on the nose as you go in for a sip. And there we have the Sherry Cobbler. Cheers, it's a pretty drink. I love sherry. I love this drink. This one in particular, because we have the Curaçao, you do get a pop of orange, but the sherry is definitely the dominant flavor. It's savory, it's nutty, and then you get the sweet orange. Low ABV too, a refreshing summer drink. The classic Sherry Cobbler. Try this with any sherry. This is great with Madeira. In fact, you can do this with any spirit as well. Now, if you wanted to take this to the next level, you could pour a little Pedro Jimenez sherry, which is a really sweet sherry, gives it kind of raisiny flavors. Pour that over the top, or you could even mix it right in, but it is gonna make it a bit sweet. So personally, I like it like this. Give this a shot, see what you think. Thank you for watching. Don't forget your merch, grab your hat. Link in the description down below. I will see you next time. Enjoy your Sherry Cobbler. Cheers.